In the second month after my boyfriend went missing, I saw him on the street. He was saying arrogantly to someone, "Missing. Of course it's fake. My girlfriend is too clingy. Just teaching her a lesson." I had Guanchao help me cover it up, and she didn't suspect a thing. Guanchao was his good buddy. I pretended not to hear anything. After returning home, the man gently hugged me from behind. "Any leads on him today?" "No." I kissed Guanchao and said with feigned regret, "He might really be dead." The second month since Jiayuchuan went missing, I accidentally caught sight of him. He was with his friends, still wearing that arrogant look. "Chuan, with you disappearing like this, even we rarely get to see you." "Can't help it," Jiayuchuan said in a nonchalant tone. "What Jiayu is too clingy and controlling. I have to teach her a lesson." "How did you come up with the idea of disappearing?" I taught him. The girl beside Jiayuchuan raised her eyebrows happily, with a brain like his. Could he come up with such a brilliant idea? He had to rely on me. Yes, you're the best." Jiayuchuan gave a doting smile. I recognized that girl, Li Qizhu, the only girl in Jiayuchuan's clique. But, playing it this big, won't Jiayu get suspicious? I asked Guanchao to help cover for me. "It'll be fine." Everyone suddenly understood. No wonder, with Guanchao as a backer, who would suspect anything? "You really can count on Master Guan." Li Qizhu let out a light snort. "It's clearly because Hu Jiayu is stupid." I waited for Jiayuchuan to refute her, but what came instead was his soft coaxing. "Exactly, she's nowhere near as smart and pretty as you." The people nearby were all cheering and teasing, as if long accustomed to this. "Bro Chuan, why don't you just settle down with Li Qizhu internally? Why bother looking for a girlfriend? I don't dip my pen in the company's ink." "Get lost." "I wouldn't want you either." The two of them bickered with each other, yet under the table, their legs casually brushed against each other from time to time as the chat wound down. Someone asked, "Staying missing forever isn't a solution. Bro Chuan, when do you plan to go back?" "Wait." Jiayuchuan was extremely confident. "When Hu Jiayu goes crazy looking for me, I'll go back, too." I was originally going to file a report at the police station today. Now I've changed my mind. I went and bought my favorite snacks. I also had a wonderful SPA treatment by the time I got home. It was already evening. The lights were off in the house. I thought Guanchao had already left. Just as I changed into my slippers, someone suddenly hugged me from behind. My body stiffened, and I asked, "Have you been drinking?" Guanchao was non-committal. "What did you do today?" "You didn't answer my calls." "Sorry, I didn't check my phone." "Any leads on Jiayuchuan?" Sigh, "No." My tone was filled with regret. Guanchao held me tighter, his breath brushing against my neck. "It's all my fault. If I hadn't insisted on taking him hiking, he wouldn't have gone missing." He seemed genuinely remorseful. If only his warm tongue hadn't grazed my earlobe. Guanchao was one of Jiayuchuan's close friends. After Jiayuchuan disappeared, one of them worked in the open, the other in the shadows. Guanchao is responsible for playing the role of the repentant party, but Jiayuchuan didn't seem to know this brother of his. The way he repents is a bit special. Guanchao was born with a silver spoon in his mouth, with an even better family background than Jiayuchuan. In front of outsiders, he is aloof and self-restrained, unapproachable. I thought so too. In private, I rarely exchanged a word with Guanchao. After graduating from university, I found a job. Unfortunately, the company turned out to be one of the Guan family's businesses. Guanchao became my direct boss. That made the distance between us even greater. It wasn't until a month ago that I started to get familiar with Guanchao. I suddenly received news that Jiayuchuan had gone missing. I'd been down for quite a while. Guanchao, as the instigator, felt guilty and said he would take care of me for a while in Jiayuchuan's place, but he was a bit too meticulous. He insisted on preparing all 3 meals himself and bringing them to me. It made me feel so embarrassed that I said, "Guanchao, this isn't really your fault. Yuchuan has always loved outdoor activities. Even without your invitation, he would have planned to climb that mountain himself. His parents haven't said anything, so I certainly won't blame you. Go ahead and take care of your own business. I really don't need you to." "Put down that shirt." I dashed forward in one swift stride and snatched the underwear back from his hands. "I'll wash these myself," Guanchao said seriously. "I can wash them cleaner." "Are you sure you don't want my help?" "Absolutely not." I was too embarrassed at the time to notice. He hid his hands behind his back and rubbed them together regretfully. How did I later discover the other side of Guan Chao? It was probably in the middle of the night when I got up to use the bathroom. I found that Guan Chao was still hanging around my place, hadn't left. I decided to go ask him about it. As soon as I leaned in through the crack of the side room door, I saw he was bare-chested, his lean upper body exposed. One hand was holding my lace camisole. The other hand was hidden behind the cabinet, under the dim yellow light. Guan Chao tensed the muscles along his spine, the veins on his arms bulging prominently. I was startled by the sight before me. I couldn't help but let out a sound. Guan Chao turned his head in an instant. The moment he saw me, he tilted his head back. A low, trembling sound rumbled from his throat, for I discovered the secret of watching the tide, and thus I boarded his pirate ship. I knew I should push him away. I shouldn't indulge his hugs and kisses, but I couldn't control myself, perhaps because, when I was about to cry myself blind over Zhao Yuchuan, only Guan Chao silently stayed by my side, and even more so because I had long suspected that Zhao Yuchuan's disappearance was a hoax. How could his son go missing and his biological parents not report it to the police, even stopping me from doing so? How could a close friend just vanish and his little circle show no reaction, continuing to party and live it up? These doubts were finally confirmed today. All of them had joined forces to put on a show. For me, even Guan Chao was a crucial part of this act. Back to the present, Guan Chao still wouldn't let go of me. I said wearily, "Have you cooked? I'm starving." "It's ready. All your favorites. Go heat it up, okay?" Guan Chao immediately went to heat up the food. He didn't find anything wrong with me speaking to him in a commanding tone. After finishing the meal, I took off my inner layer of clothing and tossed it to him. "Go wash it." Guan Chao paused. "Can I?" "Yeah, I'm tired today and don't feel like washing it myself." He looked as if he'd received a reward, holding the clothes as he walked into the bathroom. I knew he wouldn't be out for at least 20 minutes. After successfully sending Guan Chao away, I unlocked the phone he had left forgotten on the table. Sure enough, Zhao Yuchuan had created a WeChat alt account and had been keeping in touch with them all along. In the first few days, Zhao Yuchuan would still ask about me. "How is Jeje doing?" "Guan Chao, she cried for a long time today." Zhao Yuchuan: "It's fine, she's always like this, crying and whining, so annoying. Thanks for keeping an eye on him." Guan Chao: "When will this farce end?" Zhao Yuchuan: "Tide Watcher, if you don't like her, just break up. No need to toy with her." Zhao Yuchuan: "I don't dislike her, I just think she's too controlling, not even letting me go out for a drink late at night." Chiju is right, let her suffer a bit, and she'll learn to go along with me. Tide Watcher didn't reply. With a ding, a group chat popped up. Catching my attention, the group was called Princess Shushu and her 3 servants. 5. Princess Shushu: "Breaking news, Hu Jiayu cried again yesterday, and her co-workers saw it." Servant: "No, 1 Xiao Zhao, I've heard about it too." Princess Shushu: "See, my method works, right? Brother Chuan, you owe me a meal." This is the group chat of Zhao Yuchuan and Li Qishu's little clique. There are 4 guys in total in the group. 3 of them are numbered as servants, the extra one is Guan Chao, he's the only one using his real name. I've heard Zhao Yuchuan mention it before. Guan Chao joined the small group halfway through. The specific reason is unknown. I guess it's probably because the Guan family has a large business empire, which also involves investments. Given the personalities of Zhao Yuchuan and the others, they actively reached out to him. Guan Chao rarely speaks in the group chat. It's almost always Zhao Yuchuan who chimes in with Li Qishu. Servant: "No, 1, little Zhao, treat me to a meal." "Haven't I treated you enough? I even have a bank card that's yours, and Hu Jiayu used to make a big fuss about it." Princess Shushu: "Just thinking about it makes me laugh. What's our relationship? We grew up together. Who does she think she is? And she has the nerve to be jealous." I roll/JPG: "I think she's just jealous that I have so many male friends." Zhao Yuchuan: "Send a guard the princess sticker." "Alright, don't be mad. From now on, any gift meant for her, you get first pick." Satisfied: "Your Highness, that's more like it." I feel disgusted. Scrolled up a bit more. They chatted almost every day. You'd think they were flirting. It turned out that every time Zhao Yuchuan was late for a date, it had something to do with Li Qishu. Even when I was sick, alone in the hospital getting in 4 drip, he was with Li Qishu. Even the Valentine's Day gift he gave me was the one Li Qishu had passed on. Another new message popped up. Zhao Yuchuan sent a private message to Guan Chao. I just remembered something. I mimicked Guan Chao's sparing use of words. 2 months ago, on Chishu's birthday night, I got drunk and ended up staying over at Chishu's place. You absolutely must not let this slip. Remember, that night, I was with you the whole time, okay?" I slowly typed out 4 words. "What exactly is going on between you two?" Zhao Yuchuan: "TSK, didn't we agree not to bring that up anymore? Chiju and I both pretended nothing happened that night, otherwise, how could we still be friends? 6. Guanchao came out of the bathroom. The clothes had already been washed. His expression was calm, but the corners of his eyes still held a faint, lingering redness. I smiled at him. How were the hands? Guanchao was taken aback. Although I had uncovered his secret and experienced his embrace and kisses, we never progressed further. What's on that? I pointed at my clothes. Has it gotten contaminated? I've washed it thoroughly. You can check. Don't worry. I didn't mean anything bad about you, I said, observing the tide. Standing at 187 meters tall with nearly perfect proportions, he was strikingly handsome, no matter how you looked at it. His appearance was far superior to Zhao Yuechuan's. I might have to trouble you to wash a skirt later. What? Guanchao looked down at me. He still didn't understand what I meant. I had already taken off my clothes, stood on tiptoe, and kissed him proactively. Guanchao, Zhao Yuechuan might really be dead, I said, with a pitiful tone. Will you stay with me tonight? 7. After that day, all I had to do was crook my finger, and Guanchao would come. We had an extraordinary understanding, even more so than with Zhao Yuechuan. Guanchao cared deeply about my feelings, so in terms of experience, it's even better and more enjoyable than with Zhao Yuechuan. Plus, their physique and stamina are on completely different levels. I kind of regret it. Why didn't I take this step sooner? Why waste time on a dead man like Zhao Yuechuan? Guanchao didn't notice anything unusual, because I deleted that chat history. Whenever I get the chance, I borrow his phone to check the group chat. I haven't been searching for clues about Zhao Yuechuan these past few days. Zhao Yuechuan started to panic. He had everyone in the group chat. What's going on? Why did Jejia suddenly stop looking for me? One friend said, Chuan, don't worry. She might just be tired lately and doesn't have the energy. Impossible, no matter how tired or busy Jejia is. She always finds me. Should I go back? Princess Shushu, hold on, keep her waiting a bit longer. If you go back now, all your efforts will be wasted. Zhao Yuechuan, no, I have to go back and check tomorrow. Princess Shushu, Zhao Yuechuan, are you out of your mind? I worked hard to make a plan for you, and you're not following it. What do you take me for? As a woman, I can see through her little tricks. She probably caught wind of something and is trying to force you to show up. Let me handle her. Zhao Yuechuan was silent for a moment. In the end, he gave in. All right, I'll do whatever you say. That being said, Zhao Yuechuan was still worried. That evening, he quietly called Guanchao. When the call came in, I had just straddled Guanchao. It showed as an unknown caller. I pressed the answer button myself and held the phone to Guanchao's ear. Hey, buddy, I just can't stop worrying, so I'm calling to check on things. What's really going on with Jejia lately? Guanchao thought. I couldn't hear the voice on the phone clearly. He answered vaguely. She is doing well. Holy shit, Guanchao, what's wrong with your voice? Is there a woman next to you? How did you figure that out? I could tell right away. You're happy, aren't you? Am I interrupting something good? Bring her out to meet us another day. Zhao Yuechuan didn't finish his sentence. I suddenly spoke up and said to Guanchao, are you done? Focus. The phone went silent for a moment. When he spoke again, Zhao Yuechuan's voice had changed. Guanchao, who are you with right now? 8. Guanchao snapped out of the surging sea of desire. He quickly turned down the volume on his phone, and his voice returned to calm. A girl you don't know, but it sounds like Jejia to me. You misheard. It's nothing. Hang up. Don't bother me. Guanchao hung up the phone. He turned over and hugged me, his voice full of affection. Continue. I'll be very focused from now on. Don't continue. Aren't you afraid Zhao Yuechuan will come charging over right away? Guan Chao was stunned. I went on. He's probably hiding in that house on the outskirts of town, right? It's only a half-hour drive from here. You heard that. To be honest, I've already met him. Guan Chao's expression turned complicated. After a long while, he processed all of this. So you knew all along that he wasn't missing? Yes. Aren't you angry? I was, but I quickly came to terms with it. Getting angry at someone like that is just asking for trouble with your own health. The day I ran into Zhao Yuechuan, I didn't confront him, I didn't yell or scream either, I didn't question him about why he had deceived me. He's already in such a rotten state, what good could you possibly expect to come out of his mouth? I looked at Guanchao. What about you? Don't you have anything to say? Guanchao was the only one in their little group who opposed the fake disappearance plan. I was really curious about what drove him to eventually agree to help. I owe him a favor. Guanchao seemed to have unloaded a heavy burden and spoke to me without holding anything back. Zhao Yuchuan once did me a huge favor, and he used that as moral leverage to make me help him, but no matter what, I shouldn't have lied to you. I'm sorry. Don't apologize. I'm glad you were part of this act. What do you mean? I pinched Guanchao's chin and curled my lips into a smile. Do you want to betray them and become my accomplice? 9. Just as I expected, Zhao Yuchuan was indeed uneasy, so he came over in person. At 1 in the morning, he quietly entered my home. This house is rented by me, and Zhao Yuchuan's fingerprint can unlock it. I was sleeping in the quilt, very deeply. The bed was spotlessly clean. There were no men's belongings in the bedroom either. On the bedside table were tissues used to wipe away tears and our photo together. Zhao Yuchuan felt relieved, but he didn't know I was pretending to be asleep. The camera on the desk would record his every move if he dared to touch me. Guanchao, who was watching the surveillance in the underground garage, would rush up immediately. Zhao Yuchuan left after his doubts were dispelled. He went to see Guanchao again. The two met at a convenience store. Sorry, man, I misunderstood you earlier, Zhao Yuchuan said. It's fine. What about your female companion? She was sleepy and didn't want to come out. Her voice really sounds like Jejia's. You should bring her out to meet us next time. Guanchao made no comment. Zhao Yuchuan looked somewhat haggard. Guanchao, do you think I should go back? Why do you think that? I haven't been sleeping well lately. Zhao Yuchuan took a sip of his drink, his nose and eyes turning red. Back when I was with Jejia, I always felt she was too controlling. Now that I'm free, I can't get used to anything. I haven't been able to sleep for several nights now. I heard Jejia hasn't been asking about me all week. I'm so afraid I've pushed things too far. Guanchao comforted him. Don't worry, she hasn't given up on you at all. She was even thinking about filing a case recently. She can't file a case. If she does, we'll be exposed. I know. I stopped her. She's been feeling a bit unwell this week, so she hasn't had the chance to follow up. Is she okay? Just a cold. Nothing serious. Zhao Yuchuan sighed. I regret it, making Jejia suffer so much. Don't say that, Guanchao advised him calmly. Think about how she used to stop you from going out drinking late at night and always argued with you over Li Qizhu. This time, just let her be a bit more obedient. Then listen to Li Qizhu, keep her hanging for a while longer. After Zhao Yuchuan left, Guanchao took his phone out of his chest pocket. How is it? He asked me nervously. Good, you've done exactly as I said. I looked at the camera lens, slightly curling my lips. Come back, I have a reward for you. 10. What I asked Guanchao to do was simple, keep Zhao Yuchuan steady and continue executing their disappearance plan, because I have prepared a big surprise for Zhao Yuchuan. 3 days later happened to be a Saturday. I invited a group of friends to my home. They were all old classmates of Zhao Yuchuan and me. The house had been carefully decorated by me. A photo of Zhao Yuchuan hung in the middle, accompanied by 6 large black characters. Zhao Yuchuan's farewell party. Friends were all taken aback. Jejia, what's going on? I was dressed in all black, looking haggard and gloomy. Zhao Yuchuan has been missing for over a month. Why didn't you tell us sooner? I didn't want to disturb your lives, and his parents insisted on keeping it quiet. So he now, still not found. Everyone gasped. God, over a month and still not found. Doesn't that mean? I heard the best rescue time is the golden 72 hours. After 72 hours, the chance of survival is very slim. Listening to their discussions, tears streamed down my face. Stop talking. Jejia is already so upset. Sigh. They had such a good relationship. Jejia must be heartbroken. Everyone comforted me for a while. An old classmate asked, has the police found any leads? I shook my head sadly. I didn't report it. Why didn't you report it to the police? His parents disagreed, saying they wanted to use the family's resources to search for him. No wonder. Zhao Yuchuan's family is wealthy. They probably feared that exposing this would have a bad influence. That's right, Zhao Yuchuan's parents had respectable jobs and a polished image. Exposing this kind of thing would be anything but good. As I wiped the tears from the corners of my eyes, I lifted my head and looked into the distance. A phone that is live streaming. 11. I've already said hello to my friends. Because some classmates are far away and can't make it, I simply started a live stream, let them join remotely. No one had any objections. The netizens were also very enthusiastic. It's rare to see a live-streamed farewell ceremony. A large Number of viewers quickly flooded into the live stream. Many people who didn't know Zhao Yuquan still sent messages like rest in peace or lit virtual candles. Of course, it also sparked some discussions. How could a son go missing and the parents refused to report it? A netizen raised a question. Exactly, shouldn't they have contacted the police immediately? I looked it up. The Zhao family is quite influential. They might have their own rescue team. Missing in Yunling Mountain, that's impossible. My home is right nearby, and I haven't seen any rescue teams searching recently. I ignored these comments. Don't rush, the other protagonist of this play would soon make an appearance. Sure enough, half an hour later, Li Qizhu kicked open my front door. 12. Wu Jiayu, what kind of stunt are you pulling? She burst in and tore down all those ominous white cloths and photographs. Zhao Yuquan isn't dead at all. What are you doing? A single tear still hung at the corner of my eye. Shocked, I said. What did you say? Zhao Yuquan isn't dead, you idiot. Oh, she didn't know. Yet that everything was being broadcast live, every word and action of hers would be recorded. The reason she could arrive so quickly was that I had Guanchao notify her. Li Qizhu, I know you and Zhao Yuquan are good friends, but you don't have to comfort me like this. It's been over a month now. I've already prepared myself mentally. With that, I cried even harder. More and more people were joining the live stream. The comments were getting increasingly lively. What's wrong with this woman? Who comes in and immediately starts cursing the victim? I know this woman. She's the heiress of the Li Corporation. Fellow viewers, I'm in the same city. Someone tell me which neighborhood this is. I'm going to go support the victim. Li Qizhu was completely unaware of all this. I said Zhao Yuquan isn't dead, so he isn't dead. Don't bring that bad luck around. What's your proof? I asked. He was with me until this morning. Alive and well. As soon as she said that, the whole room fell silent. Everyone looked at her with strange expressions. I forced a smile. Li Qizhu, you can't just make jokes like that. Don't believe me? Take a look at this. Miss Li showed the selfie on her phone. Zhao Yuquan went to buy her breakfast this morning. Li Qizhu was in her pajamas, and the two of them squeezed into the frame, almost pressed together. Wu Jiayu, to be honest with you, his fake disappearance is all because of you. Li Qizhu crossed her arms and looked down at me. Because you're too annoying. Brother Chuan can't shake you off, so he has to avoid you this way. My face turned pale, and I could barely stand. I was only kept upright by a classmate beside me. Are you saying he won't break up with me, and he's deliberately using this cold shoulder tactic to fool me? Don't blame him. If you want to blame someone, blame yourself. Your parents are just ordinary working class people, right? What makes you think you're worthy of Brother Chuan? Getting dumped was only a matter of time. I did a quick calculation. The critical moment had arrived. I steadied myself and asked, Li Qizhu, what exactly is your relationship with him? Friends, childhood friends. I was puzzled, really, but as his girlfriend, I know nothing about him. Yet are you two really just ordinary friends? 13. Li Qizhu's words had already sparked dissatisfaction among netizens. What's wrong with being a working class person? Damn, my parents are working class too, and my grandparents are farmers. Disgusting. What era is this? And there's still a spoiled rich girl looking down on people like that. After I finished asking my question, the comments section became even more lively. Gossiping is human nature, Li Qizhu said with a displeased expression. Do you even know what childhood friend means? He's willing to share everything with me. I'm the closest person to him besides his parents. A friend nearby couldn't stand it anymore. You two have no sense of boundaries at all. Isn't that just being a mistress? Wrapping yourself in the guise of friendship doesn't make you noble. How disgusting. Jejia, he's not worth it. Alright, that's enough. This scene of Li Qizhu can come to an end for now. Using fatigue as an excuse, I sent everyone away, then I turned off the live stream. Next, it's time for the male lead to make his entrance. The reason Li Qizhu came first was that Zhao Yuquan happened to be out of town today. Thanks to Guanchao, I was able to keep track of everyone's movements with precision. Zhao Yuquan saw the live stream. He called me countless times. He sent countless apology messages. At 9 o'clock in the evening, Zhao Yuquan finally made it back to City A. Without taking a moment to rest, he came to see me, travel-worn and weary, but he didn't come alone. He brought Guanchao with him. The moment he saw me, he broke down crying uncontrollably. Jejia, I really didn't mean to. I just panicked and agreed to this plan. I looked at him coldly. Have you had fun this past month or so? I'm in pain. Zhao Yuquan simply knelt before me. At first, I just wanted to teach you a lesson, to make you more obedient, but later, I couldn't sleep every night, and all I could see in my mind was you. all you, yet that didn't stop you from buying breakfast for other women. Zhao Yuechuan was stunned. I only see Li Qizhu as a friend. If you don't like her, I won't have anything to do with her from now on, but I think you two are a better match. No, no, no. Zhao Yuechuan quickly shook his head. I don't like her at all. She's been spoiled by her family since she was a child, and she has a bad temper. I've been putting up with her all along. Jejia, you're the only one in my heart. Stop right there. Zhao Yuechuan, you make me sick. Can you just get lost? I was immune to both soft and hard tactics, which only made Zhao Yuechuan more panicked. He quickly turned around and sought advice from Guan Chao. Guan Chao, help me talk some sense into her. Me, you helped me cover up the lie, so you're partly responsible. Tell her now. Guan Chao gave no clear answer and walked up to me, suddenly lowering his head. He gave a gentle kiss. Jejia, you look so beautiful when you curse. 14. Zhao Yuechuan completely broke down. He would rather suspect that he was blind than believe what had just happened. Until I took the initiative to wrap my arms around Guan Chao's waist, Zhao Yuechuan's eyes turned red with anger, and he raised his fist to punch Guan Chao. He was, of course, no match for Guan Chao. Even while dodging the tide, he still remembered to protect me. Zhao Yuechuan cursed angrily. I helped you before. How could you steal my woman? First of all, Jejia is not anyone's woman. She is her own person. Secondly, you said yourself that as long as I helped you cover up this lie, we'd be even. I did my part. It's just that the way Guan Chao did it was very unique. Then you still can't take advantage of the situation. Don't you think you're despicable? Despicable? Yes, I am. Guan Chao laughed. His peach blossom eyes narrowed into a beautiful curve. Zhao Yuechuan, from the moment you decided to deceive her, this despicable scoundrel, was ready to take your place. 15. Zhao Yuechuan was eventually driven away by Guan Chao. I also took the opportunity to delete his fingerprint unlock. He stood downstairs all night. It happened to rain throughout the entire night as well. Zhao Yuechuan was drenched all over, looking exceptionally affectionate and sorrowful. But I only felt disgusted. Thinking that he had slept with Li Qizhu made it even more revolting. That night, I had Guan Chao carry me to the window. The curtains and lights would cast our silhouettes in the heat of passion. Guan Chao bit down on my shoulder with his teeth, through a gap in the curtains. I looked down below. He looks like he's going crazy. Let him go crazy. Guan Chao trembled slightly. Jejia, I'm so happy. What's up? I've been waiting for this day for a long time. Zhao Yuechuan had indeed gone mad. He kept calling us non-stop, then came up and banged on the door. In the end, I called the police, and only then did he calm down. After a night had passed, the live stream was still gaining traction. Thanks to Li Qizhu, our live stream wasn't that popular to begin with, but she made a few remarks insulting the working class that made the live stream known to everyone. Li Qizhu's family background and job were all dug up. The Li family company had just issued a PR statement. Then someone released solid evidence of Li Qizhu's affair with Zhao Yuechuan. That video was exceptionally clear. Zhao Yuechuan had drunk quite a bit and was being supported by Li Qizhu. He teased, "Aren't you afraid of letting me stay over at your place tonight?" Li Qizhu shot him a glare. "We've known each other for years. Who's afraid of whom? Tisk, you've got some nerve. If you've got the guts, let's see who begs for mercy first." Later, bickering, the two of them entered the house. At this point, the person filming still hadn't left. Not until ambiguous sounds came from inside the door. A voiceover joked, "Hey, they're really going at it." Except for the two people involved, everyone else's voice had been altered, so it was impossible to tell who recorded the video or who was speaking. But I knew it had to be someone from their little group, because Zhao Yuechuan only hung out with them. Only they would have had the chance to record up close. That day was Li Qizhu's birthday, and Guan Chao didn't show up because he had something to do. Excluding him, there are only two boys left. That seemingly unbreakable little group actually harbors all kinds of dissatisfaction and conflicts. After the cheating was confirmed, the scumbag and the other woman were thrust into the spotlight. Zhao Yuechuan's family runs a clothing brand. Consumers rushed to return their purchases. The company suffered huge losses. Just then, Zhao Yuechuan did something. He shifted all the blame onto Li Qizhu, completely absolving himself. 16. The fake disappearance was instigated by Li Qizhu. The affair was also because Li Qizhu seduced him. Zhao Yuechuan even attached screenshots of their chat. Li Qizhu had sent him lingerie photos late at night, asking him if this set looked good. A screenshot was posted, causing an uproar. Li Qizhu was being viciously attacked online. Even her family's restaurant was deliberately harassed and disrupted. Li Qizhu panicked. She defended herself. "We've known each other since childhood, in his eyes. I'm just like a guy, there's no intentional seduction at all. Unexpectedly, this defense only made netizens more upset. How disgusting, when you two were rolling around together, why didn't you say you were a guy then? I hate boundaryless opposite-sex friendships the most. I urge all sisters, don't date a guy who has a close-knit group of friends. Li Qizhu lost her job and was at her wit's end, so she came to ask Guan Chao for help. I was also there on the day she came to see Guan Chao. Seeing Li Qizhu's haggard and anxious face through the video doorbell, Guan Chao didn't open the door for her. Instead, he asked me whether to see her or not. It's up to you. See, of course I'll see her. Let's hear what she has to say. Okay. I retreated to the room to give them space to talk, but the soundproofing was mediocre. Their entire conversation drifted into my ears. Li Qizhu said, her voice choked with tears. Guan Chao, you're the only one who can help me now. Guan Chao replied nonchalantly, how can I help you? I know you're with Wu Jiayu now. You're just messing around with her, right? Your family background is better than all of ours. There's no way you'd actually fall for an ordinary girl like Wu Jiayu. What do you mean by ordinary girl? Guan Chao asked coldly. We're all ordinary people, Li Qizhu. After everything that's happened, what are you still being so arrogant about? Li Qizhu choked on his words, not daring to defy him. Anyway, all you have to do is step forward and say that Wu Jiayu staged the whole thing herself to cheat on you. Once it's done, I'll introduce you to a prettier girl. Guan Chao sneered. You're dreaming. Li Qizhu was anxious. Aren't we best friends? Without Wu Jiayu, who would be friends with you? Wah, what? Can't understand. Then let me make it clear. Back then, it was because of Wu Jiayu that I joined your hypocritical little group. This time, it wasn't just Li Qizhu who was shocked. I was also surprised, Guan Chao said slowly. I first saw Wu Jiayu during my freshman year and was deeply impressed by her. Unfortunately, I didn't have the chance to ask for her name or contact information back then. By the time I saw her again, she was already with Jai Wuchuan. Li Qizhu gasped. Did you join us just to, yes, to find the right moment to steal her away? Are you crazy? They've been together for 2 years. And I've been waiting for 2 years, Guan Chao flashed. A proud smile. Hard work pays off. I've finally waited for this opportunity. So you agreed to help Jai Wuchuan cover up the lie, which actually means, Guan Chao nodded. On the surface, it was to repay Jai Wuchuan a favor, but in reality, I had my own plan from the very beginning. In this grand farce, everyone had their own agenda. Only Guan Chao remained hidden until the very end. Li Qizhu's face turned pale. Guan Chao, you are too calculating. Right back at you. 17. After Li Qizhu left, I crossed my arms and said to Guan Chao, well, you even kept it from me. If I hadn't kept it from you, how could I have gotten ahead? What do you mean? Guan Chao looked a bit helpless. On the surface, I'm Jia Yuichuan's good buddy. If I had shown my hand early, you would never have considered me. So, I thought it over and decided I'd be the one to play the villain. I took the initiative to seduce you, making you fall for someone else. The blame is all on me. Guan Chao appeared in my life as a penitent, took care of me down to the smallest detail, casually showed off her good figure as if by accident, without anyone knowing. He finished his one-man show of male rivalry. What if your plan ultimately fails? I asked. Then that's fine too. Guan Chao smiled gently. At least when you were sad, I was there for you. That's enough. Li Qizhu was left isolated and helpless, forced to flee City A in disgrace. Her family's business suffered a severe blow, and their funds dwindled. She could no longer live as a pampered heiress. However, I wasn't quite satisfied. After all, the mistake was made by both of them. Why did Jia Wuchuan get to slip away unscathed? I don't have any dirt on Jia Wuchuan, but I believe someone out there does. Those who were once his closest friends must know something. So I found Li Qizhu's Weibo. I sent her an anonymous private message. I feel for you. Sis, it's clearly the jerk's fault. Why should you take all the blame alone? Sis, don't let him off easy. I've got your back. Hee. Who says I can't play the innocent card? Just as I expected, Li Qizhu is now isolated and helpless, but with just a little support, she will go completely mad. She began frantically posting evidence of Jia Wuchuan bullying his classmates. That was back in middle school. Jia Wuchuan broke a male classmate's arm. In the end, the Zhao family paid tens of thousands of yuan to settle the matter. That same year, Zhao Wuchuan was still named a 3 good student. Normally, this kind of expose wouldn't necessarily attract much attention, but as it happened, the Zhao family's clothing brand had just finished a business war. The rival company saw this and thought, isn't this like someone handing you a pillow just when you're feeling sleepy? They immediately bought traffic in trending searches for Li Qiju's expose, and so, Zhao Yuechuan's mask of a good person shattered. Just like that. 18. The situation escalated further. More and more people came forward to slam Zhao Yuechuan. He had basically no chance of turning things around. Coincidentally, Zhao Yuechuan also had a younger brother. Seeing the situation turn unfavorable, the Zhao family immediately abandoned their main plan and switched to a backup. Deprived of his family's protection, Zhao Yuechuan fell from the clouds into the mud. He spent his days in a daze, drowning himself in alcohol. He had always been fond of drinking, and I had urged him many times to cut back, but he found me annoying now. He had finally met his downfall because of alcohol. One night, a drunken Zhao Yuechuan was hit by a speeding car. He injured one of his legs. The doctor said he would be lame for the rest of his life. Afterwards, the traffic police checked the surveillance footage. It was Zhao Yuechuan who violated traffic rules, ran a red light, and jaywalked, so the driver was not at fault. A few more days passed. An uninvited guest arrived. It was Zhao Yuechuan's parents. I wasn't a stranger to his parents. I had met them before, however. Both of his parents were wolves in sheep's clothing. On the surface, they seemed kind, but deep down, they looked down on my family background and even helped Zhao Yuechuan put on an act. I never expected that now they would come begging me. Jia, I've been pretty good to you, haven't I? I smiled and said, just say what you need to say. Xiaochuan did make a mistake, and we've seriously criticized him for it, but you see, your uncle and I, and our company, we're all innocent in this. What are you trying to say? Could you write a letter of forgiveness? Just say it's all in the past and you won't hold it against him anymore. I wanted to laugh. How thick-skinned must one be to make such a request? But well, I already had a plan. I sniffled a couple of times, and soon my eyes were brimming with tears. Uncle and Auntie, I know you've been very kind to me, and I can't bear to drag you into this mess, but Zhao Yuechuan has hurt me so deeply. I've been having nightmares every day, and my friends have all suggested I see a psychologist. My tears streamed down like they cost nothing, rolling freely. Uncle and Auntie, I'm really hurting, really suffering. I loved him so much. How could he deceive me? Yes, it's all Xiaochuan's fault. The two exchanged a glance. Jia, how about your aunt and uncle give you some compensation? How much do you want? I waved my hands in panic. Absolutely not. I don't want money. No way. If I dared to name a price, it would be extortion. 200,000. This isn't something money can solve. 400,000. Auntie, my feelings for Zhao Yuechuan simply cannot be measured by money. 50. Alas, I sighed. I'd better go see a psychiatrist. I stubbornly refused to take any money. I only kept insisting that my mental state had been severely traumatized. A day later, an extra $1,000,000 suddenly appeared in my bank account. The note read, voluntary compensation for emotional distress. 19. I looked at the deposit notification and smiled happily. Guanchao said, you want money? I can give it to you too. That's different. This is what I deserve. Whether it was Zhao Yuechuan or Guanchao, I never coveted their family background or wealth, but what rightfully belongs to me, I will never shy away from or refuse. What do we do next? Guanchao asked. Are we really going to forgive them? Yes, of course. I've taken their money, after all. I still have to uphold this basic sense of morality. I'll just record a video of forgiveness only. In the video, I cried, again and again. My mouth said I forgave, but my tears didn't stop flowing at all. I guarantee that once this forgiveness video is released, Zhao Yuechuan won't get a shred of sympathy from netizens. Before, Zhao Yuechuan used to dislike me for crying easily, but he didn't know. I cry simply because I was born with overactive tear ducts and an abundance of emotions. It doesn't mean I'm weak inside. The day Christmas arrived, Guanchao and I walked hand in hand down the street. He suddenly stopped and pointed at the milk tea shop ahead. That's where I first saw you. It was the milk tea shop where I worked part-time during my freshman year. I was really tired that day and sat down in the shop for a while. You brought me a cup of hot water, watching the tide. I recalled that day, a gentle smile spreading to the corners of my eyes. You said, it's okay not to buy milk tea. The boss has already left. You can rest here without worry. I touched my nose. I remember now. Back then, I thought you couldn't afford milk tea, but who knew you were rich enough to buy our entire store? Guanchao laughed out loud. Then you grabbed a handful of snacks and went to feed the stray cats at the door. That image, I still remember it to this day, but that was later, when he came to this milk tea shop again, intending to formally introduce himself. I had already quit my part-time job. After wandering around, he finally found me, but I had become Zhao Yuechuan's girlfriend. He said nothing on the day of the title bore, he just lowered his sore eyes. All alone, over the past 2 years, he watched me act coy and hug Zhao Yuechuan, but none of these were the most painful. The most painful thing is that Zhao Yuechuan doesn't cherish me. The person he treasures like a gem, the one he can hardly reach, is treated by Zhao Yuechuan as an annoying accessory. He struggles constantly between morality and feelings. Finally, Zhao Yuechuan voluntarily handed him an opportunity. This time, to hell with morality. Guanchao thought, even if I get cursed to death, I still want to give it a try. I couldn't help but sigh. Guanchao, with this kind of perseverance, you can succeed at anything. Yes, he looked at me seriously. So, take me with you to study abroad, okay? I was taken aback. How did you know? 20. I need this money from the Zhao family because I want to study abroad. I want to learn more knowledge, get to know the wider world. After receiving the money, I sent an email to my desired advisor abroad. Unexpectedly, the advisor was very interested in my undergraduate experience because I had worked several part-time jobs and participated in many social practices. They really like students like that. The advisor was willing to take me in, and I just had to wait for the next semester to start. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hide it from you. I just didn't know how to bring it up. Jejia, you don't need to have any reservations in front of me. Guanchao kissed my hand, very reverently. I know country you very well. I used to go there often. It's just a matter of buying a plane ticket, if you don't mind. I'd rather be your study companion. My eyes lit up. Really? You've tried my cooking. Are you afraid I won't take good care of you? No, no, no. I'm just worried. Would being a study companion take up too much of your time? Guanchao shook his head. My parents were just planning to hand over the business and country you to me. Then it's settled. Jejia, would you like to meet my parents? Isn't it too early? The thought of Zhao Yuechuan's parents looking down on me behind my back made me feel a bit timid. Guanchao saw right through me. I've already mentioned you to my parents, and they really like you. You love braised beltfish, and my mom was worried I wouldn't do it justice, so she even taught me how to cook it. We chatted about the little things at home, holding hands, walking through the first snow of the year. 21. 9 months later, Guanchao and I boarded the plane to country you together. Both my parents and Guanchao's parents came to see us off at the airport. Guanchao's father kept instructing him, once you get there, make sure to take good care of Jejia. Cook whatever she likes to eat. If you're short on money, just tell me, and I'll send it to you. The Guan family was indeed wealthy and generous. Guanchao's mother was also bustling about. Have you packed everything, Jejia? If Guanchao ever bullies you, just let me know, and I'll fly to country you to give him a good beating. Don't put any pressure on yourself, just focus on your studies. Thank you, Uncle and Aunt. Mom, Dad, we're off now. The weather is clear today, perfect for flying. I'm heading toward a brighter future. The future lies ahead. My love is by my side. Everything is just right. May we never be bound by labels, whether thin or prone to tears. As long as we are brave at heart, we will always shine. The end.